any of your customers that really like you to control everything, you can go in and change passwords, add people, add locations, and we can put in like 300 different locations with this software, which is really robust. When you got a guy that has either multiple homes, multiple businesses and homes, so it really makes it easy for him to use this software. And then we have a web interface software. So this is a downloadable version, and then we have a web interface. So if he's away from his home and he doesn't want to download it on a remote PC or anything like that, he just puts in, he uses the web software. It looks identical to this. All the functions are the same. So I just wanted to show Tim on PTZ control. Down here is where you have your PTZ controller. And then your functions are, move the camera left and right, back and forth. And this is the camera that I was telling you about yesterday, Tim, that allows you to track. It'll identify and follow vehicles or people. You can set it up that way. And you could filter out anything that's in the area that could create a lot of negative push notifications to a customer. So today people want to have notifications pushed directly to their phone. I'll come back a little bit. I don't have a mouse, so I'm using a touchpad. So you can zoom in from here. And obviously the multiples on this PTZ are pretty incredible as far as optical zoom.
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And I'll show you this is the controller, your PTZ normal, like you can get a standalone controller with a joystick. But I don't have a separate mouse, so just bear with me a second. So over here in the center, you have this Lou positioning, 3D positioning. You click on it once. I can create a box around this license plate.
Oh, wow.
And
Pretty good picture.
oh, it's awesome. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. And the zoom, let me just show you the capabilities. I have another PTZ on the side of the building, so let me go back to functioning this plate here. And watch, I can go in even a little bit more.
Is that as clear as you can get it? Man.
Look at the leaves on the ground and
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's really impressive. It really is impressive. So
Sure is.
So the functionality, especially what we call that mouse follow, because you can click, I click to the left, it'll follow me. I'm just a little bit on latency because I'm remotely and my laptop. But everywhere I click with the mouse, it'll just follow along.
Okay.
Which is really a cool function. And then I'll take you to and the software again allows you to be able to bring up a quad, bring up a multi-screen, 16 channels, all the way up to 64 with this software. And then again, coming back to a second PTZ that I have on the side of my building. So I'm in Pompano, and way out there, straight ahead, is called the highest peak in South Florida, Trash Mountain. It's alongside the Florida Turnpike. It's about a mile and a quarter. So, what do you think about that?
Wow. Wow.
That's impressive.
Pretty impressive.
That's a mile and a quarter?
Yeah, we're on. I don't know if you're familiar with Pompano Beach, Sample, and we're just a little west of I-95,
Mm-hmm.
Sample Road. So Sample, where I am, I'm at actually Military Trail, and the Turnpike, which is out closer to Powerline Road. And let me just bring it back and just give you an idea of how far out I am. And they're turkey buzzards that are flying around out there.
Oh my God.
So as it turns out that last year I took this and put it on a parapet mount. You familiar with that? A parapet mount?
I am not.
What are you calling it?
Parapet. It's
A power pit?
parapet. P-A-R A-P-I-T. Parapet.
Mhm.
So I think I can show you because I raised it above. It's done on a lot of commercial buildings when you it's an arm that goes on the inside of this wall that's at the top of the roof.
Mhm.
And it allows you to be able to swing the arm in if you have to service it or clean the dome on the PTZ.
Oh,
And I can, let me see if I can manipulate it around it because I can see the roof and see if I can come. There it is right there. You can see how it's extended out.
okay. So instead of getting a ladder and trying to,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
the
all.
arms, the arm swivels, so we make parapet mounts that are can mount on the side wall, like that. That's a raised wall, the roof. And you also have parapet mounts that can mount flat to the base of the roof, and then a parapet mount to inside corner and outside corner. Outside corner would be on the corner of a building or a residence, where you actually are able to move the PTZ 270 degrees, so you can take two PTZs on opposite corners and really have everything covered.
what's the diameter of that pipe?
That's a 1.5-inch NPT,
Okay.
rigid standard electrical. So.
Okay.
It's standard, everything in our industry, PTZ wise, as far as connections to pole mounts and things like that, are all standard 1.5-inch NPTs for just about every PTZ out there.
Okay.
So, so that's really cool. That's on the top of our roof, and then swinging it around. This is the back of my building. And just to give you an example, I do solar, so, and I also custom build NEMA enclosures for police departments, oil rigs, sting operations for police, park authorities, people that don't have, or have a location that either they need a cradle point, which is Verizon 4G and 5G, or we do solar. So in remote locations where you either don't have power, 120 volt, my box is able to handle a direct connect to 120 volt. I wire in the DVRs, we mount the cameras to the side. It's a complete install, but in locations where you either can't do a ubiquity from point to point to pick up an IP or internet connection, we do the cradle point, which is 5G, and it becomes totally self-contained. So I'll zoom in on my solar. Oh. So the NEMA enclosure, backup batteries, recorders, cameras are mounted either on the pole. You can see that I have over here a wall mount coming on the side of the NEMA box, and I build these custom. This is a 180 pano, and literally back over here in the warehouse across the street, I could like almost zoom into these guys and see what they're doing.